Well, today is Friday, February the 1st. It is minus 18 degrees Fahrenheit. I apologize for the long time between videos, but I've been in survival mode here for the past 3 weeks. If one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. We've been sitting at between minus 28, minus 33, and 3 nights ago we were listed as the coldest place in the world at a minus 54 degrees without any wind chill. And I've had no water in the house. My sewer line is frozen up, which now has caused the kitchen sink line at this end of the trailer to be probably frozen solid underneath as well. You see what happened when this trailer was put in here when I got married in 1998. This was only supposed to be a temporary home for 5 years and we were going to build a house. And when I brought the water line up from 7 feet underground, I built a 4-inch square styrofoam box, 4x4, out of 2-inch styrofoam, and then I wrapped the pipe with 1.5 inch boiler insulation with heat trace around the pipe. And there used to be enough clearance underneath there that I could crawl around under there comfortably and do whatever I had to do. It was about 24 inches from the ground to the steel beams, and then there was another 12 inches to the floor in between the beams. Well, since the flood, being it's on red clay, and in the springtime, after I had 2 feet of ice underneath the whole trailer, when it melted, well, you know, clay does not absorb water or drain water out. And being the ice pushed the clay out under the trailer, because it was warm under there at the time, pushed it out in banks on the outer side. It couldn't drain the water out. And so it just sat there wet in this whole summer. And I tried to trench it out to get it to drain the best I could. And of course the clay went to mushy and the timber sunk in the ground, 2 railway ties high, so sunk into the ground. So I imagine that what it did is it filled up that styrofoam box with water, because it's full of ice, that box right now, 7 feet down. And being the trailer sunk over the time here now, from the ground being so wet underneath in the clay, that it has bent the sewer pipe so it's like in an arch so that it can't flow out. And in the wintertime I've always kept a hose running into the wash machine drain just on a slow trickle to keep it from freezing. Well, when the water froze up, even with the heat trace on it, I had no water to run down there, so it froze solid. The septic tank's not frozen, but the line is frozen because nothing will flush, nothing will go down. It's not that it's plugged. I know what the problem is because it's happened before, but I was able to get it open by dumping a bag of rock salt down the toilet. But I've had rock salt in there now for a week, and nothing has happened because salt, as you know, does not work when it's below freezing, especially when it's this far below freezing, especially at 34 below, which has been an average. And I went, what the heck day? I went on the 29th, and I got hay, and I went on the 30th, and I got firewood. And I went and I got a 1-ton tote of feed. And I don't know if you can see my trailer way down there. I don't know if I can get this to zoom or not. Yeah. It was loaded a little bit too far back on the trailer. And being I haven't been able to plow the driveway very good, I came in and out of here with 3.5 tons of hay on the trailer, no problem. And with the firewood, no problem. And I was in and out many times with that trailer down there. But I think this was loaded too far back, and I wasn't giving me any weight on the back end of the truck. And the trailer kept slipping sideways into the snowbank because it's kind of like from where you've been driving, it's kind of been packed in a hump, and then there's loose snow, not really, well, frozen actual sides where the tires have gone, and it would catch the trailer, meaning that the trailer's wider than the truck, it would catch that hard bank there, and being it didn't have enough weight on the trailer forward on the axles, it just kept sucking the trailer over into the snowbank. It sucked it into the snowbank as I come around the corner into the driveway, and I managed to yank it out of there after I shoveled the trailer wheels out on the snowbank side. And I went about 30 feet, and I tried to hug the center, and the damn trailer sucked over into the bank again, and I couldn't pull it out, so that's why it's still sitting down there. And the plow truck is still broke down. I need a charge regulator for it, and a battery, because it blew the battery up, if you remember from the last video there. And fuel lines are frozen in it, and it's been just too bloody cold to be out here doing anything. Even right now it's minus 18 with about a 5-mile-an-hour wind. Hey Gary, better zoom this back out. Hey Gary. Yeah, so we had gone and got hay for everybody. And I've had that fire burning full torque in the house, and I haven't been able to get it above 38 degrees inside for the past 2 weeks. This morning I got it up to 44 degrees Fahrenheit. They're saying we're supposed to be warming up this weekend, but I don't see any change. It looks like we have this cold weather right through February. Hey Bessie, how's your hay? You got 2 bales out there, eh? Yes. They're not all frosty this morning. Yeah, I was able to pull the truck up in there and back the trailer down through here and roll them off. Hey Bessie. So that's been the life around here. I've been in survival mode, and I've only got a half a bag of corn left in the shed there. I just fed everybody here now, and I only got a half a bag. That's enough to feed the turkeys and chickens down below, and these guys here some later in a little while. So I have to go down there and I guess load some into 5-gallon pails or something. I don't know. I tried 4-wheel drive to pull it out, and it just gets sucked right back into the snowbank. Like when I unhook it from the truck, the tongue of the trailer, that big 16-foot tandem axle trailer, the tongue, you can lift it off with one finger off the truck. So I had to take it really slow coming home, even, because you know what happens when you're loaded too heavy on the back end. It wants to lift the back end of the truck up. And then once you hit about 60 kilometers an hour, you start fishtailing. But I'm going to This is on the north side of the trailer. See the heat's lost from the trailer through there. And this is where the crawl space is. I'm going to pile ice under there now. That's orange stuff is a heat trace on the water pipe there. I had to take all the insulation off because I had to heat it up. Oh shit. And my cord is frozen in the ice. There's a broken water line under there. I can hear it trickling. I can hear the water trickling, so at least I know I got water up to there now. Must have thawed out in that pipe, and now the rest of it is frozen. It's been so bloody cold. And as you guys know, my health isn't that good. I'm only good for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'm in extreme pain and sweating. I think today's the warmest day we've had in weeks, with minus 18 and with no wind for a change. I'm going to see if I can plug this truck in, and then this afternoon I can put the heat gun on the fuel line and then rob the battery out of my truck just to try and drag that trailer up here, because this truck has got tire chains on it, which will make it a lot easier. Got slush here. That must mean that water is leaking all the way down here from that water line leak back there. Unless, no, it wouldn't be the kitchen tap, because I got no water in the kitchen tap and I got no water in the bathroom where the water comes in. So it must be running all the way down the hill from up there. Sorry if I'm bouncing around here, guys, but I'm trying to get this. Hope it's not full of ice in there. Yeah, it is. And there's ice in the prongs here. Kind of broke apart, didn't it? Well, she's getting plugged in like that. Oops, sorry guys. Rotated in my hand. Yeah, it's been total survival mode. Just trying to stay warm and curled up under blankets and just coming out here and feeding and cutting a little bit of wood. See if this will reach this plug-in right here. Looks like it's going to be just and just. Okay, let's walk back down there, make sure we can see them, hear that block heater. It's very loud in this truck. See, the driveway's not bad, but it's just humped in the middle from where I've been driving in and out. And the trailer with no weight on the front axle, because all the weight's on the back end of the trailer. The trailer was just following the ruts and getting sucked over. Yep, it's heating up. We'll let that heat up for a couple hours, and then I'll come out here and put the heat gun underneath there and see if I can't get it going and plow one pathway down there and try to drag it up with this truck, because the battery will go dead really fast. When I cleared this area, the battery was dead in like 10 minutes. The truck stalled out. Hey, is that good hay? Hey, why don't you go on the other side? It's all been pulled out more on the other side. And I'll push this bale up in there too with the plow truck when I get it running. So I want it over there so I can put the electric wire across here, because right now I had to let them loose in the yard so that they could get to this bale. They've been getting at it and eating it out. See how they tunnel into it, and then once they tunnel into it, then they'll start eating this looser stuff on the outside. That way it keeps a lot of waste down. Hey, is that good stuff? Eh? What are you doing, 29? Yeah, and I lost number 34. Just as this cold spell was to come on about a little over 3.5 weeks ago. He was fine. I come out here at night and I fed and watered everybody, and he was in the trough here eating with everybody. And I came out the next morning and she was up here again, and he was laying right here with blood coming out of his nose. And she is a real bully when she goes after the food, and she just, even the hay, when these guys come and eat, she headbutts them and knocks them like 10 feet sometimes. And I think she might have done that with him, because he was the smallest one, about the same size as this, a little smaller than this guy. And I looked like it broke a rib and punctured his lung. And the only way, I cut him open to see what happened, and he had a broken rib, and it was right where the lungs are, and it punctured through the tissue on the inside. So I'm thinking that she gave him one hell of a headbutt into the box, if not in the box, sometime during the night. So I lost number 34, which is sad. But I can't keep her in, but she's going to be hamburger or steaks as soon as I get a couple of warm days where I can start my forklift up and I can stay outside and get her skin. See how she headbutts? No, she just gives him a big headbutt. Look at, see? She just always doing that. And these guys can probably take it better than that small younger one. But she had the third rib was broken and pushed right out through the tissue right beside the lungs, and it was damaged. And I blame it on her. Because he was smaller than this one. Yeah, I've been getting these bales of hay for $50 a piece. And it's nice hay. They devour it, but those big guys over there, they're eating a bale a week. Between that white heifer here and the other ones I showed you at the back, bale a week. And the pigs, I ran out of straw from bedding, so I give it to these guys for bedding, and I put some down below for those guys for bedding. It was really cold, and then I went and I bought 3 of these ones from the feed store for these guys, because I got to add fresh bedding in their house there every 2 days. I got to add a little layer to it. And that's what's left of the big bales there. And they went all the way back to there. Mind you, they were eating some of it too. And they actually eat quite a bit of it. And the pigs eat about 4 small bales of hay, I'd say, a month. I've never really measured it. I just going by how much I pitchfork into them from this bales here. And which I got to price them out. I got to cut a couple of strands of the baler twine off and take the power saw and cut a chunk out of there for them later today. Hey, big guy. How tight is this collar getting on you? Come here. Ugh. Oh yeah, you're okay yet. Gary the goose, eh? Gary the goose. And the 3 little piggies. Yeah, so guys, you can help donate to feed these guys for families in need. There's a PayPal link in the description below. And there's also a GoFundMe link in the bottom to try and get some funds together to get somebody here to saw some lumber out of my spruce trees and build a little 24 by 24 cabin for myself and push this trailer out of here so I can get to my hydro hook up there in my water line and my septic tank. Even if I have to take a mini excavator and demolish it back as far as that other trailer and just take my cutting torches and cut the frame off and drag it out of there. So I just demolish this and toss everything down the hill down there and then push it down into the ravine down there. So if you can help out with either GoFundMe for funds or the PayPal to help feed people in need, be great. This has been my worst winter yet since the house froze. I even had to cut a tree out of the bush over there, a dead one, because I ran out of firewood and didn't get paid my pension for a few days. And as you know, poplar doesn't give off much heat. But I got to get that trailer up here. You can see that 1-ton tote of feed on the back there. Yeah, I'm not going to give those guys back their grain right now because the simple fact is that when I go down to feed the chickens, they're going to harass me and push me around for more grain. Hey, guy. So I got that plugged in. Hopefully it warms up a bit more yet today, but I don't know. It warmed up to minus 18 from minus 28 at 5 o'clock this morning when I got up. Okay, everybody, take care. And please share and hit that like button for me. I'm trying to get this spread out to everybody, as many people as possible. Been trying to do it for a couple of years now, and it's been very slow going. And I'll try and get more videos out here the best I can, but when it's cold and windy like that, I can't take the cold. I just get out here and get these guys fed and bed and watered and back in. The other big guys I don't have to worry about because they got bales of hay down there, and they got their own water tank where water's running all the time into the tank in the barn, because last winter that line froze up and I had to run a garden hose out of the root cellar every day to fill up their tank. Well, this year I'm leaving it running. Okay, take care, and we'll talk to you again later.